Our fireplace was dirty, rusty, didn't even work properly, and without ever doing this before and minimal supplies, we were able to completely transform our fireplace to a more useful, eye-pleasing centerpiece that we now really enjoy. So if you're excited to see how we did this, please tap that like button and we'll jump right in, starting with the supplies we ordered. And those things are flat black high heat spray paint, natural volcanic lava rock, glowing embers, fireplace glass cleaner, a reusable respirator, and optionally, we picked up a fireplace blower kit because our fireplace doesn't currently have one and we want our fireplace to actually heat up our living room rather than just be a decoration. Okay, so to begin, we'll remove the fireplace grill, and for this fireplace, all we need to do is lift up and pull out and the grill comes right off. Next, we're going to keep things as safe as possible and shut off the gas. For us, this happens to be located under the firebox right here. Now that the gas is off, it's time to start vacuuming and wiping away all the dust and debris that's below, above, and even on the sides of the firebox. Basically anything we could reach. We wanted this to be as clean as possible because when we add a fan, we don't want it blowing out dusty air. It's pretty crazy how dirty these things get. With the fireplace all cleaned up, we're going to begin installing the new blower motor. Now, if your fireplace already has a blower, feel free to skip past this section of the video. But if it doesn't, you really need to know about this. The fireplace blower does need to be plugged into a 120 volt receptacle. I think most fireplaces have a receptacle like this located somewhere underneath. And if you are thinking about getting one of these, I would suggest plugging something into the outlet first just to make sure that it works because ours actually wasn't working, so we had to fix that first. Now it's time to install the blower. So with it unboxed, we'll follow the directions and carefully position it at the back of the fireplace. Quick note, this did take a little patience and finesse to carefully work it into the back, and wearing a pair of cut-resistant gloves during this part wouldn't be a bad idea either. Okay, with it positioned right in the back, the only thing left to do is hook it up. So after putting the blower in, the only thing we need to do is stick the magnetic temperature sensor on the bottom of the firebox, tighten on our fan speed controller, and plug in the power. Later we'll do some cable management and organize these wires to make things look a little more tidy under here, but that's all there is to installing the motor. It's pretty simple. So when we turn on the fireplace like normal, the magnetic sensor we stuck to the bottom of the firebox will tell the fan when the fireplace is getting hot, and then the fan will automatically turn on and start blowing the warm air into the room. Then the fan speed controller that we put on allows us to easily adjust the output of the fan. So if we want just a little warm air or a lot, we have complete control of that. It's so nice. Okay, with the fan set up and ready to go, let's get this thing cleaned out. So first we'll remove the glass front. Some fireplaces have latches underneath. Ours happens to have these 3 spring bolts above, so we'll just turn these 90 degrees and the glass will come right off. Since the glass was really dirty, we first tried using a heavy-duty oven cleaner, and we tried several rounds of it, but it only worked a little. It wouldn't get all the black marks off the glass, so eventually we got this fireplace glass cleaner specifically designed for this, and that totally worked. Since we're reusing our original log set, we carefully removed it, took it outside, and just dusted it off lightly with an old paintbrush. And then with that log set out of the way, we used a vacuum to quickly clean out the remaining debris. Now, as you can see, the inside of the firebox is super rusty, and because we're going to be painting this, we'll need to sand off as much of the loose rust as possible. This is where the respirator comes in handy. We don't want to be breathing in any of that dust or vapors later when painting. We use these respirators here, made by 3M. They seem to work great, and it's really easy to change out the filters. So for instance, we'll use these filters for dust, and then we can swap them out with cartridges that are designed to filter out harmful vapors, just whatever the situation calls for. Okay, so now that we've got the inside wall sanding finished and pretty well vacuumed up, we're going to start spray painting. We use spray paint inside the fireplace because we thought it would be faster and easier to work with, though I'm sure a paintbrush or roller could have worked just fine as well. If we were to do it again, we'd probably still use the spray paint, but maybe we would have spent a little extra time in the prep work. Overall, a little scrap piece of cardboard to catch the overspray worked well, but there was a little bit of paint that got past the cardboard onto the tile, and we had to spend a little time with rubbing alcohol trying to get that off. So the time spent cleaning that paint off could have easily been spent masking off the surrounding area to begin with, so lesson learned there. Now we also noticed that the fireplace grill cover had scratches all over it, so we laid that out on a sheet in the garage and spray painted that too. And to our surprise, that actually turned out looking really good. Half an hour later, once the paint dried and the fumes dissipated, we replaced the original log set back into position over the flame tube. Then we tucked in a small amount of glowing embers below the log set, and then we just filled in the rest of the area with this natural volcanic lava rock. To finish up, we closed up the fireplace, opened up the gas valve, and just relit the pilot light. With everything said and done, we're extremely happy with the way our fireplace turned out. So I hope you found this video helpful, and let me know in the comments how your fireplace project turns out. And if you're interested in checking out any of the products that we used in this video, be sure to check the video description where you'll find all my Amazon affiliate links.